So when it comes to Kirby, there's definitely a lot of things to be excited for, and honestly is fantastic. Kirby could finally get the beloved games that we all want, the 3DS era. 3DS era with Kirby was honestly fantastic. It was a very unique place to play. The beautiful pink puffball games are honestly fantastic. What I'm officially talking about is Kirby Triple Deluxe and Planet Robobot. Now, are these games actually going to be making a return? Because there's a lot of leaks and rumors that suggest that these games are coming back, but let's take a deeper look into it. Let's get straight into it. Now, honestly, with the 35th anniversary just around the corner, there's definitely a lot of things that Nintendo can do in preparation. Now, for the 35th anniversary, it seems like Nintendo is actually going to give us the next Kirby game. Now, off of the recent rumors, it seems like Hall Laboratories has been in development for like Kirby and the Forgotten Land 2, so overall, that right there is definitely really awesome. And now, if you look at what Nate the Hate is saying, Nate the Hate has been a very accurate and reliable source. Now, I don't know if you remember, but about February of last year, he said and doubled down that Kirby Planet Robot is going to be coming in 2025. Although that didn't happen, he did put out a statement that got delayed for technical reasons, so we should be seeing it in 2026. Now honestly, this right here is pretty fantastic. It's a key point that I'm really looking at. Now, what about Triple Deluxe? Well, it's possible that Nintendo delayed the game from 2025 release date to add Triple Deluxe to the double pack. After they were like, Mario, Galaxy, we can take two games, stick them together, $70, everyone loves it. So potentially, this is exactly what Nintendo is doing. They took Kirby Planet Robot, which is essentially finished by that point, and then they decided instead of releasing that game, they should do the prequel and the sequel together, and there you go. Because honestly, when I look at Triple Deluxe, when I look at Planet Robobot, I see pretty much a first game and essentially a other game, like a sequel of that game. So it's very possible that Nintendo decided to do this. Alright then, what exactly would happen if they decide to remake or remaster these games? Well, first off, I don't think it's going to be a full-blown remake. Like if you looked at the Star Fox remake, if you looked at Ocarina of Time that's supposedly going to be coming, it's most likely not going to be something like that, but instead it would be like they did with Kirby Return to Dreamland. Honestly, that was a pretty fantastic game. It did add a bunch of different things that is pretty fantastic. But then you might be asking a question. Well, if they did Return to Dreamland for like, what, $60 that game was, why wouldn't they do Kirby Planet Robobot for $60 and then also do Kirby Triple Deluxe for $60? Well, I honestly think that the sales would be higher and people would be willing to try out these different games. Because honestly, I feel like if it's a bundle, there's definitely more eyes on that bundle. Now that just could be me. I look at bundles and I'm like, you know what, I get two games, I might as well try it. I'm really only after this one game right here, this specific game, but if I wanted to, I can go and try out this game. So then you can pick up the bundle, or if they wanted more like digital to get everyone to switch to digital, that's exactly what you do. Do exactly what you did to the Super Mario Galaxy games, which honestly had a fantastic bundle. If you wanted both of them, you can go to the store and pick up that game, like the full physical cartridge that had both games on it. If you don't want to, you can go over to the eShop and buy the game for what, $40 I believe it was. So yeah, it's definitely really interesting. So what I would say is Nintendo is probably in the works for a Kirby Planet Robot and Triple Deluxe. It's been years, and since Nintendo likes to release a lot of Kirby games, like actually a lot of Kirby games, if you look at the Nintendo Switch, there's not too many Kirby games that we're actually missing. Most of them are on Switch Online, and others got remasters and remakes. The 3DS games are, I believe, honestly the only ones that we're missing. Like, this is pretty cool. Now, of course, you have all of like the Blow Up Blast and you have the Kirby Fighters on there. But if we're not counting those, the mainline games, we pretty much have every single one of them, which is amazing for a system. So potentially for Hall Laboratories, the 35th anniversary is going to consist of these Kirby games actually returning. Honestly think that this is exactly what they're doing. Kirby Triple Deluxe, Kirby Planet Robot is finally coming back. I will say right now, I would be the happiest person in the world because Kirby Triple Deluxe is honestly my favorite game, like my favorite Kirby game. Although it was my first Kirby game, I probably have a biased opinion on that, but still, it is just an amazing game. It is so fun to 100% that game. It is so fun to do pretty much everything in that game. It's just amazing. From the music, from the levels, from the visuals, from the art, from everything. It just makes a perfect experience. Now, I want to take a look at this right here. There's a Kirby fan that really has an amazing idea when it comes to these two games returning. So, let's take a look at it. Okay, so this comment was made by Connor. So, he goes on to say that he doesn't want to see just a singular Kirby Planet Robobot release, but instead, Kirby Triple Deluxe, which honestly, I completely agree with. He also goes on to say that this could happen during a June Nintendo Direct, which honestly is very possible. He also goes on to say that he wants to see all the other modes, which includes Kirby Clash, Kirby Fighters Deluxe, Kirby Blow Up Blast, and all of those games. I would completely agree. Now, how would Nintendo exactly do this? Because essentially what those game modes are, they are sort of like the mini game that were inside the original Kirby game, but made into like a bigger size game. So instead of getting your little appetizer, you're more getting a lunch. So overall, that is very cool. He also says that we would like to see amiibo of Taranza and also Susie. I would love to see amiibo as well, and seeing as Nintendo is not stopping with amiibo anytime soon, it's definitely very possible that Nintendo is going to take this, the information that we have, alright, amiibo time. So they're going to do an amiibo, which is going to be very fantastic. And now if we take a look at this fantastic epilogue. So, just like Mangalore inside of Kirby Return to Dreamland Deluxe, how we got like sort of a new epilogue, potentially Nintendo is going to go into these games and add both an epilogue for Taranza and Susie. Honestly, this would be a fantastic epilogue because if you remember in the original games, you realize that there could definitely be more of a story. So overall, this is pretty fantastic. Now if we take the other sort of half of this comment, you can see what this epilogue could be about. I honestly love the idea. It's such an amazing idea and so unique that I haven't really heard before. So Taranza's epilogue mode could be him going into the mirror realm to save Sectonia. Now honestly, this is pretty cool because you have a whole bunch of different ideas that could happen for like the mirror realm and stuff. So overall, I definitely think that this is a great comment, a very great idea. I honestly love it. You could probably make a whole 30-minute video on just this alone, which is definitely really awesome. So hey, shout out to you, Connor. I really like this comment. I really like it. Let me know if you believe that Kirby Triple Deluxe or even Planet Robobot is going to be making a return. And let me know if you would like to see me take your entire comment and make it into video form if you want to. I'll only ask. Anyways, thank you so much for watching. See you in the next one.